a brilliant story. We're telling the story of a Christmas present. A Christmas present that we all probably would like in our stockings this year. But it really has become a collector's item, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Picture the scene, okay? You wake up at midnight to glimpse Santa Claus popping some prezzies into your sack. But behind him, the elves are pushing a miniature, fully functioning car into your bedroom.
Brilliant.
Sounds pretty good. Well, whether you believe in Santa or not, and I definitely do, and I know you do, Mel.
I definitely believe in Father Christmas. If you don't believe, he doesn't come.
Indeedy. Well, that's exactly what happened to one young lad in Austria. But little did he know that car that he got for Christmas would become the blueprint for the classic Beatles. So I went to lecture with Garden City to meet some Beatles superfans in their super vans. Well, Asley, the mulled wine is nearly boiling away there on the hob of Dave's split-screen yellow VW classic camper van. I'm going to catch up with Chris and Marion. Now, I don't want to be rude, you guys, but I've been told that you are some of the elder statesmen of the VW Club.
We're the eldest people, but by 1 year, we're not the longest-serving members.
Interesting. And where did your involvement begin? Did you meet through the club? Or?
Oh, no. We had VWs many years ago in the 50s. I think 59 we had a 1953 VW.
And what was your first one, Marion?
It was an oval Beetle, and it was, what, a 1300?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, everyone seems to name their cars. Did you name yours?
Unfortunately, we didn't in that day, in those days, but our family grew, and we couldn't fit them in the Beetle, so we then progressed, but we had got such a hankering for Beatles that as soon as we saw there was a local club, we wanted to join it, so this is why we did it.
We joined ourselves in about 1986, I think.
Yeah. Now, I've been told that this is the oldest club. The Hertfordshire Club is the oldest one in the country.
Well, that's what we're claiming. It started on the 6th of June, 1963.
Yeah.
So it's been going a good long while. In those days, people took part in competitions, which you can't do on the road these days, like road rallies.
Treasure hunt.
Treasure hunts, really? Like Treasure Quest on 3 counties?
Up to London.
Yeah, it's like that. We used to do them in London, which we can't do that anymore with a congestion charge.
Have all the rules and regulations taken the fun out of a good old rally?
Yeah. They have, yes. We had, in the old days, they used to do driving tests as well. We have done that, but you need somebody with a big space of private grass that can drive in and out of cones. We've done that at various weekend shows, because there are weekend shows throughout the country from about March right through till October. You could pick one up every weekend. And the club has attended many during the year. Somebody still does. And we've had a club shop for many years, which is based in a trailer. So somebody trailers it to these shows, and we sell items for club funds. Keeps things going.
But when you're out on the road in a vehicle like this, is it as comfortable as a modern car? What's the charm of it? Why is there such
I've often asked
enthusiasm?
the youngsters, and they tell me it's street credibility.
Street credibility, is that right, Mary?
Yes, and camaraderie. There's still the VW sign and waves from people, as you're going past or along the roads. It's just wonderful, really.
So it's like the big trucking firm that's very popular. When people see the particular trucks, they'll pull the horn, or they'll...
That's right.
It's that kind of group morale, I suppose.
That's right.
Now, I've been over this history, but if anyone missed it earlier in the show, I'm going to recap it very quickly. Now, I didn't know if this was news to you. There was basically Austrian geezer builds car for his 11-year-old son with a long name for his Christmas in 1920, became the Beetle in 1930s. Was this news to you when Julian sent on the link I sent?
This early bit was news to us, but having been built in the 36, we knew that anyway. They were built before the war. The factory, of course, was bombed, and I think when they finished the war, they were back in production within 6 months. So that's how the Germans work. They just put it together. Although the British were involved in the rebuilding of the factory as well.
I didn't know that.
It was offered to one of our British motor manufacturers, but he turned it down.
Yeah.
22 million.
Unbelievable.
22 million Beatles later, he might regret it.
He might have regretted that. Yeah, absolutely. There's while everyone, just give a big shout so everyone knows they can come and get them. Can I have a glass yet? Have you guys had a glass? Can we get a glass for Marion and Chris? I may not be able to... Is it a bit too hot? I'll tell you what, if you pass it that way, you're going to share one? Yeah. Let's try this mulled wine, cooking on gas. I think the next thing we're going to do this afternoon on the show is we're going to see... Steve, is it right we're going to see how many people you can fit in a camper van?
Yeah, we're going to see how many people can get in.
We're we're going to answer that age-old question.
Doing a Volkswagen Beetle. What's the maximum number they've got in the Volkswagen Beetle? Dave, you'll know.
What's the maximum number?
I think it's about 88.
88 in a Beetle?
All over the top as well.
Oh, we're not going to climb on yours, though.
No. They do that every year at a big show in the Volkswagen show, don't they? Down in Surrey.
Right, okay. So to celebrate Christmas in 1920, we're going to see how many... Can we do it in yours? Is that right?
Yeah,
is that okay? Excellent. We're going to see how many people we can squeeze into Steve's split-screen, yellow, classic VW camper van with a glass of mulled wine and a mince pie. Cheers. Cheers.
This sounds like it's going to be fun and chaos out and about, boy Timothy.
Yeah, we got sillier and sillier.
I'm not sure they did this in Christmas 1920, but it was the decade. In 1920, an Austrian little boy woke up and his dad had presented him with a miniature, fully working car, which happened to be the blueprint for the VW Beetle as we know it today.
Took 10 years, but eventually it made it.
Christmas in the 1920s with the Herts VW Club in a very cold car park one night.
And we're about to see how many people we can fit into Steve's VW camper van. Steve, firstly, do you have any idea what the world record is?
I have no idea. I actually think you can...
Should we make it up?
In a Volkswagen Beetle, you can get about 80 or 90 people on there. So in a bus, maybe a few more, maybe a few less. It's harder to get on the roof.
Okay, I'm going to look around. We've got about 20 or something club members, so I'm going to say that the world record is 15.
Yeah, let's go.
And today, on the afternoon show, we are going to break the world record for the number of people you can fit in a VW cab. I see you put the roof up as well.
Yeah.
We've got some extra roof space.
Get on and then we're
going to put the bed down. We're all getting on the bed. I did not sign up for this, actually. This is in my contract.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we keep our trousers on?
Yeah.
You can keep your trousers on. It's all right.
It's all safe down.
The bed is down.
Right, how many people we get in the bag?
Steve, tell me about some of the nights you've had on this bed. Keep it clean.
Well, I'm a married man with the older children, so it's been a long time.
But you've had, you slept out in the wilds.
Yeah. Slept out in the wilds. It's lovely to hear the sea in the distance when you camp up a campsite. Lovely. Nothing better than the smell of it.
Warm?
Yeah, very warm, yeah. Nice big sleeping bag.
Okay, good. It stays nice and warm. Okay, is everyone ready to break the world record of the number of people you can fit in the fictional world record of the number of people you can fit in a VW camper van? Yes? Yes, right, come on, members of the Hertfordshire VW Club.
Here we go.
I'm squeezing in next to Steve.
Oh, this is getting very
okay
down here, right?
I'm squeezed in. Who have we got next? If everyone shouts their names out as they get in.
Right, Stephen.
Another Steve. There's so many Steves. Oh, Stephen, Dave, Julian. Who's this? Who's just got in now? Maureen. Hello, Maureen. Who's next? Come on. Form an orderly queue.
Let's get in here.
Pile in. Right, we've got
Peter.
1, 2. Peter, we've got 3. And you are?
Gary.
Elliot.
And we'll squeeze more in about Elliot.
And you are?
Ashley.
Keep them coming. We can still fit more in here. And you are? Richard. Find yourself a seat. We still have more people that can squeeze in. Who have we got here? Helen.
And
John. There's still space for more. You can bring your mulled wine. Do you know, this is quite spacious. I think we've got... How many people have we got in at the moment? Let's try and have a bit of a whip around. I think we've got about 15 people. We've got more coming in. Who have we got here? Oh, we've got
Marion.
Marion's coming in. And Sarah. Squeeze yourself in. Has everyone got a mulled wine? Yes, everyone's got a mulled wine. Don't spill it on his bed. He needs this... Actually, mind you, it's white clean.
Now you tell me.
Okay, how many people... If everyone shouts the name one by one, starting from the front, we'll count how many people we've got in. Julian. Dave. Marion.
Gary.
Peter, that's 5. Who's that? Maureen, that's 6. Sarah, 7.
John.
8.
Richard.
9. Stephen. 10.
Ashley.
11.
Elliot.
12. Steve. 13. And I'm 14. I said the world record was 15. We need one more person. Actually, we need 2 more people. We can nearly equal the record. Chris is in. Who's left? Joan, you've got to get at least 1 leg in or we're not going to break the world record. Joe has squeezed in. And we've got, is it Hayley as well? Hayley, 1 foot in. We've now got 17 people in Steve's VW camper van. The fictional world record is 15 people, which means on the afternoon show we have broken the world record for the number of people you can fit in a classic VW camper van with the Hertfordshire VW Club. So that all remains for me to say is Happy Christmas to everyone for 1920. Happy Christmas! Oh, I'm knackered.
It It sounds like they know how to have fun, Timmy. Well done. The fictional world record. You and the Herts VW Club in a car park one night in Letchworth. I bet people driving past wondered what on earth was going on there.
We were quite a strange sight.
And how much more wine do you think you'd have consumed before that recording? Because by the sounds of it, you're having a lovely time.
I was high on the spirit of Christmas.
Of course you were, dear. Of course.